So, today I am bringing you guys the second in my Ghost War strategy series, and with this one, I'm bringing to you guys assassin combos. Now, these are assassin two-man teams that just wreck at fucking flanking. I was playing with my buddy Lions, and we were using these combos, and they were working flawlessly, basically every single match, even when we went into ranked matches. Of course, I will link his channel down in the description if you want to go ahead and check him out. But without further ado, my name is Dom, and today we are talking about assassin combos. And assassin goes bang bada boom. So, to get it right out of the way, I paired the Assassin with the Diversionist and the Sentinel. So, you can either call this one the Ass Dive or the Ass Scent. I'll just call them combinations. These are Assassin combos. Now, basically, I paired the Assassin with the Diversionist as well as the Sentinel. And the main objective here was that while you are flanking with the Assassin, your partner would be gathering intel for you. That tells you exactly where people are at, where the Assassin is going. Now, that sounds simple enough, and this is a very, very, very effective combo. I played with the Diversionist. My buddy Lions was the Assassin. He would go out ahead of me, and I love the Diversionist for this because you would send up your drone, and they don't know where the fuck you're at, and then you would fly in, right, and you would just ping people. You can communicate with the teammate, tell them exactly where these motherfuckers are at on this flank, and if need be, you could use the noisemaker right before a strike, just so maybe it takes their attention off of what they're doing just for a split second so that your assassin can pick up those kills. Now, the reason we picked assassin and not the shitty pathfinder is because the assassin, you know, obviously cannot be marked. If they send up a scout drone or something, it's going to be more difficult to mark him. As well, he does have the suppressed primary weapon, and the reason I didn't pick the Pathfinder was because the Pathfinder's ass. Okay, he's not ass, but it's just way more difficult to be good with him than it is with the Assassin, so there you fucking go. I don't need to give you guys an explanation, but there it is. So we'd send up the Diversionist on these flanks, and this worked really well on like maps like Deforestation, Lumber Mill, Warehouse, pretty much any map where you could fucking flank somebody. It worked amazing, and you just ping people. You don't even have to ping them. You can just tell them, be like, hey, there's a guy right by this point. There's a guy right by this fucking tree or whatever. And then you use the noisemaker in the opposite direction or just a way to avert their attention for a split second, and Assassin goes bang, bada, boom. They're done. That's easy enough, right? And now I also use the Sentinel. The reason I did the Sentinel was because, for instance, on Deforestation, they have that tree line up at the top. You can go ahead, send out your SATCOM in front of that, and then what I found really effective with him is because sometimes enemies would try to flee the Assassin, and then the Sentinel's right there. You can pick them off. You can try to pick them off, or you could maybe get their health down a little bit, so then your Assassin can hit them at the long ranges and pick them off pretty easily. And I love that about this class setup. So when you go and you're doing this two-man team, the Assassin, as long as he doesn't get marked, you're pretty much in the clear. It does not really matter if the Diversionist or the Sentinel really gets marked, but you do want to kind of hang back. Now, your role, okay, I like using that Diversionist better for this one because I like his primary weapons better, and I like the way that I can use his drone to more effect. And that's what really makes the class, is not the Assassin, but it's the Diversionist and the Sentinel that are backing you up. What I found too is with the Diversionist, I use the gun, I think it's the SR-25 or something like that. It's the smaller one, more compact. I'm not a big fan of the M4A1 in this game. That's just me. Pick whatever the hell you want, but I like that gun the best. The noisemaker, now granted, you know, people do understand what the noisemaker is. They know what it is. They know the sound of it most of the time, but if it just averts their attention for a split second, just catches their eye, your Assassin can pick them off pretty easily. Here's how you should structure your game style. You want your Assassin to flank heavy. And what I mean by flanking heavy is getting very close to the edge of the map. Just to make sure that no one can be flanking the Assassin, you want to make sure you are the farthest point on the map. You can move very fast. You have lots of stamina. You definitely want to be using Athletic Sprinter. You're going to be running up the side, and now The diversionist slash sentinel will be running up on that flank as well, but not quite as wide. You want them to keep pace with the assassin, be slightly behind, but definitely keep some pace. Now, if a scout drone or any kind of drone goes up at the very beginning of the match, I recommend that you have a tech on your team, but let's just say it's just you and your two buddies in a pub and you don't have a tech, then obviously stay still. You don't want to get marked. Now, with the diversionist drone, it does require a little bit of skill. You want to pop that thing up and you want to scout people as fast as possible. You have to have experience on these maps to figure out where they're probably going to be, and then you can ping them or whatnot for your assassin and provide valuable intel. Try not to get too close to the ground so then people can't really hear you. That's always a good way to go too. You do not want to be found and then they're like, okay, he has a diversionist, and then they're going to be less responsive to your noisemaker and whatnot. And when you use the fucking noisemaker, do not use it 30 feet up in the air. Don't fucking do that. That's stupid. You send it down low to the ground, so then it's somewhat believable. Let's say if they see that on their map and they see it way up in the air, they're going to be like, nothing to pay attention to. But there were times where I sent it and I was close to the ground, maybe behind a tree or something. Someone actually bought that shit and threw a few grenades at it, and it gave us the opportunity to take that person out. Sentinel requires less skill. Send out your SATCOM well above your assassin where you think a sniper, ranger, whatever might be, and then hopefully you get marked. If you don't, then that sets up kind of a safe part for your assassin. Your assassin can kind of hang out there, wait for you to come up, wait for the cooldown, or you can just keep going. And then you know that you have that spot of the map covered. But anyway, this class setup, this combination works so well. I implore you to go and try it out on your own, especially in ranked matches too. It worked out very well. And if you are going to be running a full squad, this is only for 2 people, which makes it really, really beneficial because you don't need 2 other people. But let's say you do have 2 other people. It's really valuable if you have a tech and a scout on your team, or maybe even a medic. But probably not medic, but like scout and tech definitely make this class worthwhile. Of course, your tech and your scout are going to be playing very defensive down the middle, and your tech is obviously going to take out any drones, and then your scout will pop a drone and try to help you out a little bit. Just make sure that your scout drone does not interfere with your flank, because sometimes the scout drone will try to be scouting people for your assassin, get very close, and then people will be like, at least in my experience, they look at the drone and be like, why is this thing all the way up here looking for us, and it's so close to the ground? Like, this is a very specific place to be looking at, and then they might get an idea about that flank. So that's always a good way to go. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please drop me a like, and if you are new, make sure you subscribe so you can keep up to date with all my future content. These are how I want my videos to be from now on. Well, most of the time we're going to be doing these. What are the best 2-man combos, 3-man trifectas, and the 4 full squads? Let's see what we can come up with. Let's see what strategy we can add to this game. If you have any good nicknames for this combo, I just came up with Ass Dive and Ass Scent, but that sounds fucking stupid. So please, if you have any ideas, please drop them down in the comment section below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, what you guys think this should be called. But anyway, my name is Dom, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.